Welcome to another episode of Cooking in the Community Kitchen, where we cook up delicious food and have flavorful conversations. You'll notice that today our theme is summer fun, and what we want to do is just keep summer fun and simple by cooking perhaps a salad or keeping just life in general very easy. Well, I hope that you will please give a real warm welcome to one of our new partners of the Community Kitchen, Second Harvest. And my guest today is Linda Murray, who is head of Alberta Operations. So welcome, Linda.
Thank you for having me, Judy.
You know, I think when we look at the whole industry of food rescue, that there is, little questions about sometimes what that rescue really means. And I think I love the word redistribution, because I think that that's kind of a nicer, kinder way of putting it that puts a better thought in our mind as well, right? Yes. So if you would like to just go back and give us a little history, please, of the Second Harvest while I start my Japanese cabbage salad.
Sure. Okay. So Second Harvest is Canada's largest food rescue organization, and it started about 35 years ago in Toronto and expanded across Canada in 2020 during COVID to support the growing needs across the country. So we've been here in Alberta and in Calgary since early summer of 2020, and really the work that we do is food rescue. 58% of all food produced in Canada is wasted, which is crazy to hear. And of that, 32% is rescuable food. So this is edible, good quality food just ending up in the landfill. And this is where we come in as Second Harvest. And we work with food businesses across the supply chain to help them move and redistribute this good unsold surplus food to local nonprofits and charities like yourself. And then they can provide that food to community members in need. Yes.
Well, that's really interesting, right? You think 58% of food is wasted. And that to me it really is a shocking number. I think that you will agree with me on that. Yes. And when people think then of rescued, so it is not then garbage food. This is, would you say that this is the surplus food? So who does that mainly come from?
So this food comes from everybody. So this can be from manufacturers and processors, grocery stores, hotels. We work across the gamut of food businesses across the supply chain. Again, this is good food. So we're not talking about food that should be wasted, peels, moldy food. This is food that for whatever reason, maybe too much was produced or it's short dated, it just ends up in the landfill. So we really want to change that. Exactly. And in Alberta, a lot of that work happens on our Food Rescue app, which is a free online platform. And I also work with businesses and nonprofits off the platform, helping them move this food as well. So whatever is easiest for businesses and nonprofits, that's what we do.
Oh, well, I'll tell you, Steve, our warehouse foreman, there isn't a day that goes by where he doesn't receive an email or something on the app from either Linda or Jen, and then the drivers are sent out. And alone within the last couple of weeks, Second Harvest has donated over 48 pallets of food to the community kitchen. And it is incredible to see this come in, because the huge impact then obviously on our Spins Around program, and then also our Tummy Tamer, our hamper program for the summer. So, we just know we couldn't do it without you. And so we honestly, I will get emotional if I thank you enough for this incredible gift. So I am going to interrupt us for 1 second. I'm just going to go back to Japanese cabbage salad here, if you will. Now, when we started, that I like to go back and really give credit where credit is due also for these recipes. And this recipe comes from Companies Coming. It was in one of their cookbooks that I remember receiving, and I'm not even going to tell you how many years ago, but a long ways. I filled up with gas and I got certain stamps and I redeemed them for these beautiful cookbooks. So I have added a package of coleslaw. I have added one package of these beautiful sprouts and about 2 cups of sliced mushrooms. And then I'm going to pass Linda the little flavor packet out of the Ichiban or ramen noodles. And Ichiban was just one of the soups that came into our Spins Around program. So I'm saying whatever kind of ramen noodles you want to use, this is going to work just great. And I will just get this all ready for you to add into the dressing. And would you mind then, Linda, just to tell them what we've got in the dressing there, please?
Sure. So we started with about a half a cup of oil. We're going to add this package of seasoning. We've got a couple tablespoons of soy sauce in here, a couple of tablespoons of vinegar, a little bit of sugar, and of course some salt and pepper.
All right. Well, that sounds pretty darn good. And then I think I'm going to be just about ready to add all of these beautiful things in. We're going to try to keep this salad. Today also we're using a little bit of a sugar substitute because many people are eating the keto way. And so we decided, well, let's, just up our game a little bit. Instead of using regular sugar, use a little bit of substitute. And then if you want to shake that up for us, it's fantastic. And if you've been, I'm going to add just a second here. I'm going to add just 2 chopped onions as well, green onions. And you'll notice that I don't have incredible knife skills like those cooking shows, other cooking shows on TV. I want these recipes to be kept really simple so that any of our people that receive our Good Food Box or watching us can feel like they can just jump right in. And also just to use the recipe as just a beginning, right? Use it and then use your creativity to create something that you'll be really, really proud of to serve your family. And of course, I also have sort of a big cook big, go home attitude. So this salad might, end up being a dinner salad if a couple of your friends end up coming over as well. I'm going to just add a few cashews into here. And I think even some cranberries. So again, this is just, a starting point, and maybe a few sunflower seeds. And then, if you would like to add your slivered almonds into here,
sure.
Perfect. Wonderful. Look at us go. Wow. It's looking delicious, and it's smelling pretty good too. So one of my old tricks is that instead of trying to toss this salad in the bowl, which I usually end up making a big mess, I like to just use a garbage bag. A clean one, of course.
That's genius.
And one without Febreze. We don't want to do that. So we're going to just dump this all in here, and let's hope it all does get in the bag. All right. And then I'm going to give it a nice big toss. And then we are going to add our dressing. I'll give it just one more little toss. And then I'm going to use these, the ramen noodles. I'm going to give them just an extra crunch. I'm going to put those in there. And about that 2 cups or so of chow mein noodles. Now, if you are serving this to someone that is gluten sensitive or whatever, you might want to not add Ichiban right at this point, and maybe even consider not adding in the chow mein, or just putting them so that everybody could add them on the side. So maybe that's what we'll do. We'll just top it off with the chow mein. And I think because we have this summer fun theme going on here today, I think we're going to put this in this beautiful flamingo bowl. I think you will all agree with me that the past 2 years have been filled with many challenges, and never before have we seen so many Calgarians, 1 in 10, face the tough decision between paying rent or purchasing groceries. The Community Kitchen has provided the Good Food Box program for 20 plus years, and this program offers boxes of fresh fruits and vegetables at affordable pricing, up to 50% less than the retail. Plus, you are supporting local, our non-for-profit community kitchen, as well as our produce wholesalers. Please take a moment to check out our website, ckpcalgary.ca, to order your Good Food Box from a depot close to your home or your work. And for further information on the Community Kitchen, please give us a call. Together, we can reduce hunger in our city. From our CKP family to you and yours, thank you for your support. So our second salad we're going to do today is watermelon salad. And I think you will agree with me too that nothing says summer and fun other than watermelon. And this very simple salad has got beautiful textures in it. You start with about 6 to 8 cups of watermelon. I've added some red onion, and then I've also added blueberries because I love things that have beautiful texture. And if I could trouble you to make the dressing, please, I'm going to then just chop some fresh mint into here. The recipe calls for about 1 cup. And I just find using my scissors is the easiest way to get this beautiful fresh taste of the mint into the salad. And I also like to just take a moment and just take in all of that beautiful, beautiful summer freshness. And I guess I better leave some here so that we can put some in our drinks as well. So anyway, we're gonna just chop up this mint. And I think you can be generous or not as generous, whatever works for your family. If you think that they like mint, hey, lots of mint. And if not so much, that's okay. And the recipe calls in also for feta cheese. And what came into spins this week were these incredible little Boursin minis. So I don't know if you've ever had some of these, but you might be wandering into the grocery store to get some of these little gems.
They're so cute.
They are small and they are like eating gold, I have to tell you. So I decided that I would use some of these because, you know, again, I guess we go back to waste not, want not, no hunger. And so when I see things that come into spins that I think, yeah, that'll work with our recipe, then that's what we want to do as well. So we've got Linda making the salad dressing, and I've just added some of the mini Boursin cheeses into here. Then I'm going to just also add just a little bit of feta because I think these different textures of the different cheese really do add some beautiful flavors to our salad.
And I love sweet and salty together.
I do too.
So
I do
the
too.
watermelon and the feta, it's great.
It's a good combination, isn't it? And then, you know what? Maybe I will just let you add the dressing onto here, please. And I will just wipe my hands, and then we'll give this a big stir. Fantastic. And so we've got the dressing. We've got my lovely Linda. Would you like to tell us what was in the dressing, please?
Yeah, sure. We had 1/3 cup of olive oil, a little bit of fresh lemon juice, a tiny bit of Tabasco sauce. Obviously, you can add more if you like it spicy, a little bit of salt and pepper, and I added a little bit of the sugar as well, the sugar.
Perfect. Excellent. I think that also
Ooh, it looks really
looks
good.
so good, doesn't it?
Yeah.
So you know what? Normally, we would then add this into the garbage bowl again and give it a good toss. But I think you're doing a bang-up job, I'd have to tell you
Yeah,
that.
I think we've got it all covered.
I think you do too.
There we go.
Well, that looks just excellent. All right. So, you know what? I also want to just go back to the salad for just a moment. Yes, you can cut up a whole big fresh watermelon and use it for your family or whatever, but I'd be the first to tell you that I cheated yesterday. I bought a package of watermelon that was all cut up, and that's what I did to use it just to make it quick and simple. Because again, sometimes we don't want to take the fun out of summer by just making things too crazy. And also, if you don't have time to make your own dressing, a couple of weeks ago, I made the salad, didn't have the dressing, so I used some from the Superstore, their raspberry balsamic, and it turned out just really well too. So again, we put together the recipe, we try to give everybody the ingredients and trying to make it simple, but if there's any way that you want to simplify or regroup on the recipe, you're very welcome to do that as well. So I think we're going to just dish up these two salads, and then we want to continue our conversation about the second harvest. Thank you. So please be my guest and have a chair there.
Thank you, Judy.
And I'd love to give you a serving then of the watermelon salad.
It looks so good.
Well, I hope so. I hope you'll just be able to enjoy every little mouthful of that. And then what about a little bit of the cabbage salad?
Yes, I would
With
love
this
some.
beautiful, I'm going to serve it with this very fancy spoon from the community kitchen here. This is how we know that we are in a commercial kitchen. We just have big equipment. I'm going to give you a little bit of that on the side.
Thank you.
And of course, if you decide that you would like to turn this maybe into a meal from an afternoon or an easy salad, then it's a great idea. Pick up a chicken, maybe a cooked chicken. You can chop that up, add it to the top, and all of a sudden you've got dinner. So, or maybe some shrimp, whatever you choose as your protein dish. It will just go beautifully with this salad. Now, can I offer you a few of the chow mein noodles?
Yes, I'd love some.
My fingers.
No worries.
All right. Well, I'm going to just sprinkle those on here.
Thank you.
Put a few on our salad. There we go. And then we're ready to just have our first bites. Well, that's always an exciting time, first bites. Well, I think we're going to say cheers. Cheers to
Judy.
summer fun. Thank you so much.
Thanks for having me.
And let's have a couple of bites here, and then I want to just ask a little bit more about the second harvest, if I can.
Sure.
Now,
Well,
what's
that's
your
lovely.
thought? It is good, isn't
It's
it?
lovely. It's very refreshing.
Mm-hmm. I think if you had any leftovers, you could put it in your blender and have it for breakfast as a to-go the next day, because it is pretty darn tasty. Add a little bit of yogurt into there, and, well, I don't know, I don't think you'd want to wreck it with kale myself, but
It is good.
I also just, in asking Steve the impact of the second harvest, what it's done for the community kitchen. And I do realize that this is a relatively new partnership, but this last week, we have been serving between 80 and 120 families with our Tummy Tamer Hamper program. And to see the people come, and they're getting this dried hamper that I know that you had lots of input into there. They're getting a small good food box. They are getting, there's been dairy, almond milk, and last week there was tons of cauliflower. Maybe this came from where the cauliflower heads were too big, you said, at one place. But to see the looks on the family faces as they come and receive this abundance is really something else. Because one of my favorite stories is that one family had just immigrated from Colombia. The lady was a lawyer, her husband an engineer, going to school, etc. Their son, unfortunately, has a disease that affects only 500 people in the world. And when they left the kitchen, they said they were on their way to try to go and find some pull-ups for their son. And the girls then, Anna and Lucy, said, you know what, we just might have some of those in our warehouse. So away they go back into the far corner of the warehouse, and they find some of these pull-ups for this little boy. And the woman got quite teary and emotional, and she said, you know, I have to tell you that our budget was just for enough in our budget was to buy these pull-ups. That was it. And so to think that we could offer food and then even just some extra goods is pretty amazing. And we know then that that comes from the donations and the generosity of the Second Harvest and our other partners. And I know that with the food waste, we go back to that over 42 tons, right? Mm-hmm. And tell me a little bit more about what that means.
Yes, so it's sort of going back to that 58% of food produced in Canada is wasted. It's a huge, huge amount. And so we're looking to, step by step, slowly reduce that. Our mission is no waste, no hunger, which I love. It's a dual mission, making sure that we're helping Albertans who are food insecure access more food and more nutritionally dense food, but also reducing the environmental impact of food waste. It's a huge issue. Research has shown globally that if food waste was a country, it would be the third world's largest greenhouse gas emitter. So as we try and do both of these things at the same time, it's a wonderful mission to have this dual no waste, no hunger. Exactly. In Alberta, just this past year, we're looking to have rescued 5 million pounds of food, which is incredible. And I just have to say, in June, Jen and I were able to come visit community kitchens, and we got to see the Spins Around program in action, which was incredible, as well as learning about the Tummy Tamers and the Good Food Box program. And, it was so inspiring for us to actually be able to see where this food is going, how it's impacting Calgarians. And just, you guys have joined Food Rescue App in 2020 and have rescued the equivalent of 125,000 meals, which is amazing. So I wanted to say thank you for all the wonderful work you're doing.
Well, all we can do is spread the word, right? Yes. And just encourage other businesses that we run across, yes, that try to connect them with you, because yes, we realize that this is the way it'll happen, by other manufacturers or where there's extra foods. And like you said, I didn't even think of the hotel chain, but what a big industry that is as well. And if we can just partner up, it will be a beautiful thing. It really will. And to think if we can impact and serve 120,000 meals, well, that would be wonderful. And maybe we can even double that this next year.
Let's try and do it.
Let's try to do it. Well, I'm going to have a little bit of the Japanese cabbage salad here. And let's see what you think of this one.
It's good.
That's pretty good too, isn't it? Well, I like all the different crunchiness and all the different texture in that as well. So we just, we bless you for what you're doing as in your partnership with the community kitchen and with other food banks and other social agencies in Alberta, because we realize also that we can't do it by ourselves, that we have to be so open to other social services and social agencies that will all come together, right? And that together then we can serve and make sure that we have no waste and no hunger.
Yes, we work with food banks, we work with church groups, school programs, so it really is a village feeding Albertans, and we're just encouraging as many nonprofits who are looking to access food or businesses interested in donating food to connect, and we can help make those surplus donations happen.
Well, that is a wonderful mission for our summer, and I just think we want to continue to have some fun this summer. We want to be mindful of what's going on around us, and all play our part. And so I think I would like to wish you a very happy summer. And you know what? We always have to, do something that's just a little bit out of the ordinary. So I think it's only fair that we maybe just let go and have some bubbles.
Perfect.
Have a little bit of fun here.
These are giant.
Oh, these are giant ones. That's right. Just a minute here. Oh, all right.
All right.
Woo! Here's the summer fun.
Oh. We lost the top. It's okay.
Oh, you got the touch.
Yeah.
Well, here's to summer fun. Thank you so much for being my guest. And we just invite you to tune in again to us for our next episode of Cooking in the Community Kitchen. Remember, we cook great food, we have flavorful conversations, and perhaps a little bit of summer fun too. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Sunday Nordine, CEO of Community Kitchen. Thank you for watching this episode of Cooking in the Community Kitchen. Be sure to subscribe to the channel so you never miss a recipe. And if you'd like to learn more about our programs or would like to make a donation, please visit us at ckpcalgary.ca.